Deep in the Atacama Desert, under a sky unmarred by light pollution, Dr. Sofia Ramirez hunched over the control console at the ALMA Observatory Array. It was mid-November 2025, the chill of high altitude seeping through the reinforced walls as the massive antennas swiveled in unison, their parabolic dishes drinking in millimeter waves from the heavens. Sofia had joined the team as a postdoc just months after 3I/Atlas's discovery, drawn by the promise of unraveling interstellar secrets. But what she saw on her screen now wasn't promise. It was pandemonium. The raw data from the latest scan showed plasma jets erupting from the comet's nucleus, not in the chaotic spray expected from sublimating ices, but focused beams, narrow and directed, slicing through space like surgical lasers. Her heart skipped. "Not random," she whispered to the empty room. "Targeted." The jets, ionized streams of hydrogen and oxygen laced with exotic particles, fanned out in patterns that defied natural outgassing models. ALMA's sub-millimeter resolution captured it clearly. The beams converged on a point aligned with Earth's ecliptic plane, as if scanning or probing our world from afar. Sofia cross-checked the timestamps. The spikes synced with the comet's observed acceleration, a non-gravitational nudge that had puzzled astronomers since perihelion in late October. 20% of the jet energy wasn't dissipating into the void. It was modulating, pulsing in wave forms that resembled directed energy signatures, not cometary belches. She thought of Avi Loeb's warnings, the Harvard maverick who'd long argued for artificial origins in interstellar visitors. "This isn't venting," she murmured. "This is aiming." Sofia's hands trembled as she encrypted the data slice, her mind racing to the implications. 3I/Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar wanderer after Oumuamua and Borisov, was no passive rock. The U.S. government had already classified preliminary reports as routine gas emissions, burying NASA's inputs under national security veils. But ALMA, operated by an international consortium, fell outside easy U.S. grasp, or so she thought. Her mentor, Dr. Javier Torres, had vanished after forwarding early jet data to Loeb in September. His office cleared overnight with a vague administrative leave notice. Sofia knew better. Big astronomy, that monolithic alliance of funded elites, couldn't tolerate cracks in the natural narrative, admit directed jets, and funding dried up. No more billions for harmless comets. Instead, terror of space-based threats. She slipped the drive into her pocket and headed for the staff quarters, the desert wind howling like a warning. The conspiracy had started small, whispers in the ALMA break room about scrubbed datasets, antennas malfunctioning during peak observations. Sofia had dismissed them until now. Oumuamua's light sail rumors from 2017 echoed. Anomalous acceleration, no coma, just thrust. 3I/Atlas mirrored it, but amplified. Plasma jets focused earthward, their irradiation core glowing hotter than models predicted, building for December's flyby finale. Loeb's public demands for declassification rang in her ears. Op-eds blasting the cover-up, calling the jets reconnaissance pulses from an alien arsenal. The unspoken truth festered. Oumuamua, the scout. 3I/Atlas, the weapon, hidden in plain sight as cosmic fluff. Back in her bunk, Sofia fired up her laptop, connecting to a dark web forum frequented by rogue astronomers. Plasma focus confirmed, she posted anonymously, attaching blurred spectrographs. Responses flooded. Due signature, directed energy weapon. U.S. black budgets at work, suppressing to avoid panic. Conspiracists linked it to Oumuamua's thrust vents, theorizing a fleet probing defenses before a December strike. Sofia scrolled, paranoia mounting. The jet's focus, sweeping Earth's magnetosphere, lingering on urban grids, screamed targeting. Natural? No. The irradiation core, a dense plasma heart, pulsed with energy densities rivaling nuclear bursts, veiled as solar heating in official releases. Across the continent, in Cambridge, Avi Loeb slammed his fist on the desk, his office overlooking the Charles River shrouded in November fog. The email from Sofia's alias had arrived at dawn. ALMA prelims showing jet modulation, frequencies aligning with known due tech from military patents. Loeb had been vindicated before, only to be sidelined. Oumuamua dismissed as hydrogen ice, Borisov as organic slush. But this? Plasma jets honed on Earth, their paths correcting midstream against solar wind shear. Reconnaissance, he muttered, drafting another open letter to NASA. The U.S. classification as gas emissions was laughable. Jet Propulsion Lab insiders whispered of jammed scopes, data rerouted to Langley vaults. Loeb paced, recalling the chain, Oumuamua's eerie silence, tumbling like a derelict probe, Borisov's cyanide bursts, perhaps exhaust. 3 I/Atlas connected them, jets echoing Oumuamua's acceleration, focused for December's finale, when the irradiation core might detonate or deploy. Big Astronomy's silence, complicity. ESA and NASA colluded, embargoing ALMA feeds to model the jets as natural, protecting the paradigm. Admit weapons from space and the sky becomes a battlefield. Grants to lasers, not lenses. Loeb hit send on his letter. Declassify now, or history judges us blind. Sophia's post ignited the net. Forums buzzed. Oumuamua scouted. 3 I/Atlas arms the strike. Leaks multiplied. A Chilean engineer claiming antenna hacks during scans. Jets locking on Washington latitudes. The unspoken deepened. Jets not just scanning, but charging the core. A plasma bomb veiled in comet guise. Governments feared it. December flyby at 150 million kilometers, close enough for EMP bursts to fry satellites. Sophia fled the quarters, drive burning in her pocket. Torres's fate loomed, disappeared after questioning classifications. Big Astronomy's hand, or the stars. In Washington, a black site briefing unfolded. General Harlan Reed reviewed the ALMA intercepts, face grim. Gas emissions, the report lied, but redacted sections screamed truth. Jet foci sweeping military bases, irradiation core at fusion temperatures. Loeb's letter landed like a grenade. The man's a crank, an aide scoffed, but Reed knew Oumuamua's anomalies. Now this. The conspiracy's core. Hide the weapons, frame as nature, buy time for countermeasures. December loomed, the finale, a potential apocalypse. Classify deeper, Reed ordered. No leaks. Sophia rendezvoused with a contact in Santiago, shadows lengthening. The drive passed hands. Her ally, a journalist, vanished into the night. Back at ALMA, alarms wailed. Data purge initiated. Sophia watched feeds die. Jets' images scrubbed. The unspoken clawed. Weapons inbound. Big Astronomy, the veil. Loeb's voice echoed in viral clips. Declassify or die ignorant. December's countdown ticked, plasma humming toward Earth. The net erupted. Conspiracists decoded jet paths. Oumuamua's route mirrored, a pincer for attack. Irradiation core, the heart of it. Building charge for a pulse that could ignite atmospheres. Sophia went dark, joining the whistleblower web. The truth hid in the jet's focus. Not eruption, but eyes from the stars, scanning for the kill. As November waned, sightings surged. Amateurs captured jet flares, Earth in crosshairs. Big Astronomy spun, cometary activity. But Loeb rallied, press conference demanding raw ALMA. Crowds gathered, the unspoken boiling. Weapons or warning, December would tell. Sofia Ramirez's escape from the Atacama was a blur of dust-choked roads and midnight border crossings. The encrypted drive a burning weight in her satchel. By late November 2025, she'd holed up in a dingy Buenos Aires apartment, the city's humid sprawl a far cry from the desert's sterile clarity. Her contact, the journalist Mateo Vargas, had gone silent after their handoff. His last message, a frantic voice note. They're tracing the ALMA feeds. Jets aren't venting, they're locking on. Sophia replayed the ALMA data on her battered laptop. The plasma jets resolving into stark relief, not diffuse clouds but coherent streams, each beam modulating at frequencies that matched theoretical directed energy profiles from classified DARPA papers she'd glimpsed in grad school. The focus points, sweeping across Earth's ionosphere, lingering on power grids and satellite constellations, screamed intent. 20% of the jet energy looped back, as if feeding data to the comet's irradiation core, a plasma heart swelling with each pulse. She'd connected with Avi Loeb through back channels, his Harvard network, a lifeline for exiles like her. Loeb's latest missive, smuggled via quantum-secure chat, urged caution. The U.S. classification is a smokescreen. Oumuamua's acceleration was the blueprint. These jets are the escalation. Demand declassification publicly. Force their hand. Sophia hesitated, her fingers hovering over the keyboard. Big Astronomy's grip tightened daily. ALMA's public releases sanitized, jets described as asymmetric outgassing in ESO pressers. But the unspoken pulsed in the data. The beams corrected trajectory mid-flight, defying solar wind chaos. Their irradiation core, a dense, glowing nexus, building charge like a capacitor, priming for discharge. December's flyby loomed, the finale conspiracists whispered about, when the core might unleash a barrage, veiled as natural flare. Mateo's disappearance hit hard. Sophia scoured dark web boards, piecing together fragments. His car found torched near Santiago. ALMA security logs showing unauthorized access during her scans. The conspiracy deepened, not just suppression, but elimination. Forums buzzed with echoes of Oumuamua, the first visitor's thrust, dismissed as hydrogen, now retrofitted as probe exhaust. 3I/Atlas linked them explicitly, jet spectra, matching Oumuamua's anomalous carbon chains, but amplified, focused earthward. Recon before strike, one thread theorized. Irradiation core hides the payload, EMP seeds for global blackout. Sophia's post under the alias Desert Echo went viral. Blurred ALMA frames showing jet convergence on North American latitudes. Views hit 10,000 in hours, replies flooding. Due from space. US Gov knows Loeb's right. Declassify. In Cambridge, Loeb's office became a war room, stacks of printouts charting jet modulations. He'd rallied allies, former NASA engineers, SETI defectors, decoding the pulses as binary overlays on carrier waves. Not random noise, he told a clandestine Zoom call, Sophia's face pixelated among the grid. The jets are interrogating our defenses, probing radar bands, syncing with GPS frequencies. The U.S. government's gas emissions label rang hollow. Insiders leaked that NORAD had elevated alerts. Scopes jammed by phantom interference synced to the jets. Loeb's declassification petition, now with 50,000 signatures, targeted the White House. ALMA data proves directed focus. Oumuamua's scout. 3I/Atlas the spearhead. Hide it, and December dooms us. Sophia ventured out at dusk. Paranoia her shadow. Buenos Aires teemed with oblivious life, but she spotted tails. Unmarked vans. Faces too attentive. The irradiation core obsessed her. ALMA's millimeter views showed it swirling with exotic ions, densities rivaling lab fusion hidden under the comet's dusty coma. Natural? No, the jets fed it, harvesting solar plasma to charge for the finale. Conspiracists wove tales. Oumuamua seeded orbital relays, silent until 3I/Atlas activated them, jets pinging dormant nodes. Big Astronomy's complicity. Ironclad. ESO memos, leaked via Sophia's network, admitted anomalous beam coherence, but classified under international security protocols. Funding empires trembled, admit weapons, and telescopes became targets. Billions rerouted to space shields. A breakthrough came via a Chilean hacker, Andean Ghost, intercepted ESA comms revealing ALMA array hacks during Sophia's scans, jets reorienting post-observation. They're responding, the message read. Sophia's blood ran cold. The core wasn't passive, it adapted, jets narrowing focus after each pulse, zeroing on urban centers. Oumuamua's link solidified. Its tumble mimicked evasion. Now 3I/Atlas's beams traced similar hyperbolic arcs, converging on Seoul's defenses. December's flyby, 180 million kilometers out, close enough for core discharge to ripple Earth's magnetosphere, frying electronics in a natural solar storm guise. Loeb pushed harder, his presser in Boston drawing crowds. Declassify the ALMA truth, he thundered, screens flashing jet paths arcing toward Earth icons. Protests erupted, outside JPL chanting jets not gas. The unspoken boiled, weapons from the void. Big Astronomy the enablers. Sophia joined remotely, her testimony masked. The focus is scanning. Power plants, silos. Oumuamua prepped the field. This is the assault. Views exploded. Government scrambling. U.S. briefings leaked. Irradiation core at critical mass. Prepare countermeasures. Sophia's apartment raid came at midnight. She fled through alleys, drive clutched, hailing a cab to the docks. Mateo resurfaced in a garbled call. They're everywhere. Jets locked on, the core's singing. Static swallowed him. Sophia boarded a freighter to Montevideo, the sea a black mirror to the stars. Conspiracists decoded more. Jet lattices forming Oumuamua's trajectory in overlay, a pincer for December. The core hid the finale. Plasma burst to ignite global chaos, veiled as comet demise. In the hold, Sophia broadcast, Alma saw the truth, directed deadly. Loeb demands declassification. We demand survival. The net ignited, leaks cascading. Big astronomy cracked, ESO director resigning amid scandals. But shadows closed, drones over the Atlantic jamming her signal. The jets pulsed on, core charging. December neared, the unspoken a scream. Attack imminent, truth buried. Loeb evaded feds at Logan, smuggling data to allies. The link to Oumuamua is the key, he messaged Sophia. Scout mapped, now arming. Protests swelled globally, Berlin marches, Tokyo vigils, the conspiracy's web, agencies colluding with militaries, classifying to buy time for anti-do nets. But the jets adapted, foci shifting to evade. Sophia's freighter rocked, stars wheeling. The core's hum echoed in her dreams, weapons awakening. As November ended, amateur scopes caught jet flares, Earth in sights. Loeb's petition hit Congress, declassification debates raging. The unspoken fractured, not eruption, but eyes scanning for the kill. December's finale beckoned, plasma poised. December 19th, 2025, dawned with an unnatural hush over the world's observatories, from Mauna Kea's windswept summits to the shadowed bunkers of Cheyenne Mountain. Sophia Ramirez, now a ghost in the machine of the global resistance, watched the flyby unfold from a makeshift command post in the Uruguayan Pampas, her screens alive with pirated feeds from JWST and Hubble, patched through a web of sympathetic hackers. The irradiation core of 3I/Atlas had swelled to critical mass, its plasma heart throbbing like a stellar heartbeat. The jets no longer mere probes but harbingers of the finale. Alma's November warnings had prophesied it. Beams locking on, charging the core for discharge, their directed focus sweeping Earth's defenses one last time. Sophia's breath caught as the comet crested its closest approach, 179 million kilometers out, safe by orbital math, but perilously intimate for the energies brewing within. The unspoken truth erupted in the data. Not a dying comet, but a weapon awakening. Its Oumuamua heritage the prelude to apocalypse. Loeb's declassification crusade had fractured the veil. His petition, now a movement with millions behind it, forced partial releases, sanitized ALMA spectra showing jet coherence, but redacted cores hinting at fusion-level densities. In a live stream from a hidden Boston safehouse, Loeb declared victory and doom. The jets are the scouts, the core the strike. Oumuamua mapped the field. Now 3I/Atlas ignites it. Global protests raged. Times Square choked with "Declassify the Jets." Banners, Paris boulevards alive with chants against big astronomy's lies. The U.S. government's gas emissions facade crumbled under leaks. NORAD logs revealing jet-induced glitches in satellite arrays. Pulses sinking to military frequencies. Conspiracists decoded the finale. The core's irradiation building a plasma wavefront veiled as solar flare to blanket Earth in EMP chaos. December's window was the kill switch. Discharge at perihelion echo frying grids worldwide. Sophia's network surged. Andean Ghost fed real-time decodes. Jets bifurcating into subbeams, targeting nuclear plants and data centers, their modulation echoing Oumuamua's anomalous thrust vectors. "It's Pincer," the hacker messaged. First visitor seeded relays. This one arms them. Big astronomy reeled. ESO directors grilled in European hearings. NASA chief dodging Congress on anomalous coherence. The unspoken deepened. Agencies complicit from the start, classifying ALMA to buy time for black site countermeasures. Orbital mirrors to deflect the pulse. Hidden lasers prepping for due retaliation. But the core adapted. Jets reorienting mid-flyby. Foci sharpening on urban hives. Sophia broadcast her testimony. November scans showed the aim, not natural, not harmless. Loeb's right, declassify or burn. The flyby peaked at dawn UTC, 3I/Atlas blazing at magnitude 10, its tail a plasma lash whipping the void. Amateur scopes worldwide captured the cataclysm, the irradiation core fracturing, jets converging in a corona discharge, unleashing a radial burst that rippled across the heliosphere. Earth's magnetosphere shivered, auroras flaring unnaturally south to the equator, satellites tumbling in induced currents. Official spin, cometary outburst, no threat. But leaks painted horror. The pulse grazed GPS constellations, blacking out aviation over the Atlantic. Power flickers in the Midwest. Conspiracists linked it to Oumuamua, the first silence, a dormant charge, 3I/Atlas the trigger, relays activating in the belt for a follow-up swarm. Sophia's screens glitched, the bursts echoed jamming feeds, but decodes held, coordinates relayed to deep space, marking Sol for harvest. Governments mobilized in shadows. In a Vatican-like bunker under the Pentagon, General Reed coordinated the response, screens mapping jet fallout. The core hit partial yield. He barked to aides. Oumuamua prepped the net. This was the test fire. Loeb's stream cut through the noise, his face gaunt. Declassification now. The jet scanned. The core struck. Big astronomy hit it for funding. Now we pay. Protests turned riots. London bridges blockaded. Tokyo subways halted by fear. The unspoken truth flooded the net. Weapons from the stars. Alma's November visions, the warning ignored. Sophia fled her post as drones hummed overhead. The Pampas, a maze of evasion. Mateo's final words echoed. The finale's here. Core singing death. As the burst faded, anomalies lingered. Satellites reported ghost signals. Jet echoes pinging Oumuamua's old path. A daisy chain of probes. Big astronomy splintered. Whistleblowers spilling Alma internals. Jet's focus on silos confirmed. Loeb's movement toppled veils. Full declassification bills in Congress. ESA archives cracked open. But the core's cataclysm birthed more. Fragments scattering, each a mini-jet emitter, seeding the outer system. Conspiracists prophesied December's strike the opener, swarm inbound. Sophia regrouped in Brazil. Her manifesto viral. Jets aimed, core fired. Oumuamua's ghost lives in the pulse. Fallout cascaded. Global blackouts cost trillions, blamed on solar activity, but decodes revealed intent. Jets mapping vulnerabilities, core testing resilience. Governments formed the Anomaly Accord, black budgets exploding for space forts. Big astronomy reformed under scrutiny. Falsner era lies exposed as DW disinfo. Loeb hailed prophet warned. The link endures. Oumuamua's seed. 3I/Atlas's bloom. Sophia watched from hiding. The sky forever changed. The unspoken evolved. Not invasion, but initiation. Jets' legacy. Eyes everywhere. Core's echo, a perpetual hum. In the quiet aftermath, new blips appeared. 4 I/candidates. Jets faint, but focused. The conspiracy's arc. Alma's truth unleashed the storm. December's finale. The spark. Humanity probed and prodded, armed for the stars. Sophia's final broadcast. We saw the aim, now we fire back. The void replied in plasma whispers. The war begun.